What if I told you that the most alien-looking landscapes aren't light years away on some distant planet, but are right here, hiding on Earth? I'm talking about places so strange, so dreamlike, they completely shatter what we think is real. From forests frozen in time to waterfalls that seem to flow underwater, our planet holds secrets that look like they were pulled straight out of a sci-fi novel. So, forget what you think you know. Today, we're taking a journey to the very edge of imagination. Welcome to a tour of the truly unbelievable. We're counting down the 10 most surreal places on Earth, spots so bizarre you'll swear they can't be real. These are the destinations that defy all logic and inspire pure awe, a collection of nature's wildest art projects and humanity's most mystical creations. Each one proves that our world is far stranger and more beautiful than we ever give it credit for. If you're a fan of adventure and love uncovering the world's hidden wonders, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. That way, you'll never miss an expedition into the extraordinary. Now, let's get started. Number 1. Salar de Uyuni, Bolivia. First up, we're heading to the largest mirror on the entire planet, Salar de Uyuni in Bolivia. For most of the year, it's a massive, almost blindingly white salt flat that stretches for over 10,000 square kilometers. But when the rainy season hits, from about December to April, something truly magical happens. A thin layer of water covers the salt, and the whole landscape transforms into a perfect reflection of the sky. Walking on Salar de Uyuni during this time seriously feels like you're walking on clouds. The horizon just vanishes, and the sky and the ground merge into one seamless, breathtaking view. It's an optical illusion so perfect it feels like you've stepped into infinity. This otherworldly sight is thanks to the area's incredible flatness, which is left over from a prehistoric lake that dried up thousands of years ago. The feeling of being suspended between two skies makes Salar de Uyuni not just a place to see, but something you have to experience, a true hallucination made by nature. Number 2. Cappadocia, Turkey. Next, we're floating into a real-life fairy tale. This is Cappadocia, Turkey, a land shaped by volcanoes and time, famous for its fairy chimneys. These are bizarre, cone-shaped rock formations that sprout from the ground like ancient spires. This geological wonderland was carved out over centuries of erosion, which wore away the soft volcanic ash and left behind these whimsical towers with harder basalt caps. But the magic of Cappadocia runs deeper than just its surface. For centuries, people have carved their lives directly into this soft stone, creating a whole network of underground cities, cave homes, and rock-cut churches. And if that wasn't surreal enough for you, every single morning at sunrise, the sky fills with hundreds of hot air balloons. This daily ritual turns the already dreamlike landscape into something truly transcendent. It's a silent, floating voyage over a world that feels like it belongs to another time, a place where human history and natural wonder have blended into pure fantasy. Number 3. Deadflay, Namibia. Our third stop is a place where time itself seems to have stopped. Welcome to Deadflay, Namibia, a hauntingly beautiful clay pan tucked between the tallest sand dunes in the world. The name literally means dead marsh, and it's one of the most stark and surreal landscapes you'll ever see. Picture this: a sun-baked white clay floor, set against giant, fiery red dunes and a deep blue sky. But the most ghostly feature here is the forest of skeleton trees. These are ancient camel thorn trees, thought to be between 600 and 900 years old. They grew here centuries ago when a nearby river flooded the area and created an oasis. But then, the climate changed. The dunes shifted and cut off the water. The trees died, but they didn't decompose. The air is so incredibly dry that the sun scorched them black, preserving their skeletons perfectly for centuries. Now, they just stand there like silent, petrified sentinels in a world that has moved on, creating a scene that's both eerie and profoundly beautiful. Number 4. Ta Prohm Temple, Cambodia. At number 4, we've found a place where nature and civilization are locked in a timeless, stunning embrace. This is the Ta Prohm Temple in Cambodia, part of the legendary Angkor complex. While a lot of the other temples were restored, Ta Prohm was left pretty much as it was discovered, being swallowed by the jungle. The result is a scene straight out of an adventure movie. Massive silk cotton and strangler fig trees grow right out of the temple ruins. Their gigantic roots spill over mossy stones, pry apart ancient walls, and wrap around crumbling galleries. It's an incredible display of nature's power to reclaim its territory. Walking through Ta Prohm feels less like you're visiting a temple and more like you're discovering a lost world. This dance between stone and wood, between human creation and natural decay, creates an atmosphere that's both mystical and a little sad. It's a powerful reminder that in the end, nature always wins. Number 5. Lençóis Maranhenses National Park, Brazil. Imagine a desert, but instead of being empty and barren, it's filled with thousands of crystal-clear lagoons. No, it's not a mirage, it's Lençóis Maranhenses National Park in Brazil. For about half the year, this protected area looks like a typical desert, just a massive expanse of towering white sand dunes. But then the rainy season arrives, from roughly January to June. All that rainwater pools in the valleys between the dunes, creating thousands of temporary freshwater lagoons. The result is one of the most surreal landscapes on Earth, a sweeping view of brilliant white sand dotted with pools of bright turquoise and emerald green. What's even crazier is that these lagoons, which only exist for a few months, are actually teeming with life. Fish eggs are brought in by birds, and some species, like the wolffish, have even adapted to survive the dry season by burrowing into the mud. A walk across these dunes is like a journey through a masterpiece that's always changing, a desert that is, paradoxically, beautifully alive. Number 6. Fly Geyser, Nevada, USA. Our next stop takes us to the Black Rock Desert in Nevada, where a happy little accident created something truly out of this world. This is Fly Geyser, and it looks more like a prop from a sci-fi movie than something you'd find on our planet. It's only about 6 feet tall, but this multicolored cone is constantly spewing hot water into the air, creating a wonderfully bizarre spectacle. Here's the thing. Fly Geyser isn't entirely natural. It was accidentally created back in 1964 when a geothermal energy company drilled a test well. They either didn't cap it properly or just left it open, and for decades, scalding, mineral-rich water has been gushing out. The minerals have slowly built up the geyser's unique, ever-growing mound. And those brilliant red and green colors? That's not paint. It's from thermophilic algae that just love the hot, wet environment. This accidental mix of human error and natural geothermal power has created a living, breathing sculpture that feels both alien and alive. Number 7. Underwater Waterfall, Mauritius. How can a waterfall exist underwater? Well, our 7th wonder, just off the coast of Mauritius, seems to do exactly that. When you see it from above, it genuinely looks like a massive, powerful waterfall is plunging into the depths of the Indian Ocean. It's a dramatic and totally mind-bending sight, but it's also one of nature's most spectacular optical illusions. This natural marvel isn't actually water falling, it's sand and silt. The island of Mauritius sits on an ocean shelf that's only about 150 meters deep. But the edge of that shelf drops off a cliff, plunging down a staggering 4,000 meters into the abyss. Strong ocean currents are constantly pushing sand from the shallow shelf right off this edge. This movement of sand creates the incredible visual of a cascading waterfall, a sandfall, really, flowing into the deep blue. You get the best view from a helicopter, where you can really appreciate this stunning illusion and nature's ability to play tricks on our eyes. Number 8. Zhangjiajie National Forest Park, China. Have you ever dreamed of a world with floating mountains? Well, that dream is a reality in Zhangjiajie National Forest Park in China. This park is home to thousands of towering quartz sandstone pillars, some of them stretching over 1,000 meters into the sky. These incredible formations are the result of millions of years of erosion, as ice expanded in the winter and plants grew on them, slowly carving them into the dramatic shapes we see today. The park is often wrapped in mist, which creates the perfect illusion that these massive pillars are actually floating in the air. This landscape is so otherworldly that it was the direct inspiration for the floating Hallelujah Mountains in the movie Avatar. In fact, one of the tallest pillars was officially renamed Avatar Hallelujah Mountain, in honor of the film. Walking through this park feels like stepping onto another planet, a vertical world of stone and mist that leaves you humbled by its incredible scale and surreal beauty. Number 9. Petra, Jordan. Our second to last destination is a city that was lost to time and carved from solid rock. Petra, the ancient, Rose City, of Jordan, is one of the most astonishing things humanity has ever built. Tucked away in a remote desert canyon, this entire city was carved directly into the face of vibrant red sandstone cliffs by the Nabateans over 2,000 years ago. The journey into Petra starts through the Sik, a narrow, winding gorge that goes on for over a kilometer. Then, the path suddenly opens up, and you're staring at the city's most famous facade, Al-Khazna, the treasury. With its detailed columns and statues all cut from solid rock, it's a sight that just doesn't seem possible. But the treasury is only the beginning. The city keeps unfolding to reveal hundreds of other structures, tombs, temples, even a massive theater, all carved from the mountains themselves. Petra is a place where human genius and the natural landscape have merged to create a city that feels both eternal and completely surreal. Number 10. Spotted Lake, Canada. And finally, we've arrived at a place that looks like it was plucked from a Dr. Seuss book. This is Spotted Lake, or Keeluk, in British Columbia, Canada. For most of the year, it looks like a pretty normal lake. But when the summer heat kicks in, a bizarre transformation happens. Most of the water evaporates, leaving behind these large, circular pools of mineral-rich water, creating a wild polka dot pattern across the lake bed. The lake is packed with different minerals, like magnesium sulfate, calcium, and sodium sulfates. The color of each spot, which can be yellow, green, or blue, depends on its specific mix of minerals. For centuries, this lake has been a sacred site for the local Okanagan First Nations people. They've long revered it as a place of healing, believing each spot has its own unique medicinal powers. Today, this living work of art is protected, a natural laboratory and a visual marvel that changes with the seasons, proving that sometimes the most surreal art is created by nature itself. And there you have it, 10 places on our own planet that feel more like a dream than reality. From the sky-mirroring salt flats of Bolivia to the polka dot lake of Canada, these spots remind us that Earth is just full of wonders waiting to be found. Which of these surreal places would you want to visit the most? Let us know down in the comments. We honestly love hearing about your dream destinations. If you enjoyed this journey to some of the world's most unbelievable locations, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share it with your fellow adventurers, and make sure you're subscribed for more explorations into the incredible. Until next time, keep dreaming and keep exploring.